you wanna be great? Do 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 you wanna be?
Hello everyone, this is DJ Bostic, and this is day one of something I've been having in my heart for quite a while, and this is Pinnacle Power Sessions podcast. This will be going on every single week, and I'm excited to be able to bring you relevant and update information when it comes to the mindset of the entrepreneur, when it comes to building a sustainably strong company, business, brand. No matter what it is, it's all the same mindset. It is just to be able to take action. So this is Pinnacle Power Sessions, and I will be coming to you, like I said, every single week with information I know that you can use. If you look around the industry right now, no matter what industry you're in, there are a lot of individuals that are now coming to market with new ideas, new passion, just great brands that they want to really see grow and mature. And sometimes when you're doing something like that, you have to make sure that you have the right mindset. Meaning, what is your mindset for success? What is your mindset for growth? And more importantly, something I say on my other radio shows as well, is what are you really building it for? If you're not building this thing for legacy, and again, I say that again, if you're not building this thing for legacy, then what are you really building it for? And I think a lot of individuals now are, because of the way the market is kind of going right now, and because there's a new wave of entrepreneurs that are just very creative, tech savvy, now because of social media and how you can literally bring anything to market very quickly. You will see now a lot of individuals that's really jumping into this thing, quitting their jobs and jumping into becoming an entrepreneur, but so often they don't really know what it takes. And I'll say that again. A lot of individuals that are jumping into the entrepreneurial space don't really know what it takes. And then there was a time when you really had to work hard to build your brand. You really had to work hard to really push your passion and your purpose and your company. And now, because of social media, you can do it very quickly. I mean, you can build a following very quickly. And now it's about relational. And one of a silent mentor, I call him a silent mentor, but a silent mentor of mine, which is Gary Vaynerchuk. One of the things that he always talk about is that that's what he does. He has EQ, not IQ. He has emotional intelligence. So he knows what people want to see. He knows how to get them to move and shift based upon the things that he posts, the things that he says. But if you know his story before that, you will know that he came really from a humble beginning, where individual from his family, his father, they were immigrants, and he sold baseball cards and then made a good amount of money. But nothing was given to him. He really worked his butt off to get there. And I think that's what it takes now to be an entrepreneur in 2016. And this era that we're in right now is that, are you really willing to work hard to really get it? Do you have the integrity and the character to be able to get things done? Are you willing to stay up late? Are you willing to get up early? Are you willing to see things to completion? And I really believe that those are the things that most individuals are lacking right now in this world. Is they're lacking just that stick-to-itness. When the going gets tough, the tough really do get going. They really reach down, they strap up their shoes, and they get to what is needed. So one of the things I want to talk about over the course that this will run is I want to really talk about the mindset of the entrepreneur. What is that? What does that really look like? And one of the first things I would definitely say, the mindset of the entrepreneur is that he must be willing to take action. Now, one of the things that individuals know, and they call me the Jerry Maguire of business, but one of the things that most individuals definitely know when it comes to who I am and what I've been able to accomplish and do in a short amount of years of being on this earth, but is that I understand that in order to really be successful, and one of the things I always tell my daughter, she knows I always come to her, actually, I say, well, what do leaders do? And she looks at me, because she's heard it so many times, she's 16 now. She said, leaders make decisions. And I said, baby girl, that's right, leaders make decisions. So you must be willing, if you want to really live this life, you're about this life. If you really want to live this entrepreneurship life or entrepreneurial life, you must be able to and willing to take action. If you're letting things just pile up on you, or you're letting opportunities pass you, you're letting deals pass you, if you're letting, because you're scared and fearful, things to just get past you, 9 times out of 10, this might not be the life you're about. So you must be willing to take action. Yeah, you have to be willing to invent yourself as you go. You must be able to say, you know what, that didn't serve me well. This partnership might not be the best thing for where I'm going. You must be able to reinvent yourself. You must be willing to take action when the opportunity comes. No risk, no reward. We hear it all the time, but how many of us really are willing to take the risk? And one of the things that makes taking a risk a success is your own intuition. You've been given inside of yourself intuition to be able to see things come to fruition and maturation. It is that innate ability inside of yourself to say, this doesn't feel right. But most of us go against our first mind, but our first mind is the right mind. So you must be willing to take action. You have to understand the heart of the entrepreneur. Is he scared? No entrepreneur I've ever spoken to has ever said, yeah, man, I was ready to jump into that thing. There's a sense of apprehension to any entrepreneur, because you think about whether I'll be able to do it. You think about, will anybody actually want my product? You think about, man, am I going to be able to make next month's rent if I don't sell this product, or if I don't give this service? So there's always going to be a feeling of fear. There's always a feeling of fear. Matter of fact, some of the greatest entrepreneurs and the greatest minds in this world were looking for individuals who were scared to death. Because when your back is up against the wall, you'll be surprised at things that you'll do. You'll be surprised how far you'll go. You'll be surprised what you're willing to do to see this thing to completion. So you have to be scared. Every time you wake up in the morning like, man, I got to grind or die trying. That has to be the mentality that you have if you really want to be, as they say, about this life. So you got to be resourceful. Utilize your network. Utilize the people that are in your life. Utilize those networking opportunities. Every person you meet should know in some way, shape, form, or fashion what you do. It doesn't mean that you have to run up to them with your business card and your business plan and shove it in their face. No. But your conversation somewhere along the line should lead to, oh man, oh, that's what you do. Oh, that's good to go. So you have to be resourceful. You have to look for opportunities like that. Because you think about it, you've never had exactly the resources that's needed, but somehow you have figured out how do I go about attaining it. Maybe you're that individual, maybe you're that entrepreneur, maybe you're that startup company that you're not really resourceful. But the truth of the matter, because of the internet now, you can find opportunities to become resourceful. Find out the resources that you need to see your brand go to the next level. See your business go to the next level. See your micro business go to the next level. Your passion, your purpose. See it go to the next level. That's what's going to make the difference. So there are enough resources out here. You just have to be willing to get up off your butt and go after it. See it to completion. See it done. And more importantly, to make it happen. But most of us don't do that. Because we don't really know. We don't really know how to make it happen. But what we do know how to do is to sit back and wonder and wait for others to tell us when we should move. So that's one of the things. Another thing, you don't have to ask for permission. I just said it. Some of us just waiting for somebody to tell us it's okay to be great. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to take that deal. It's okay to step out on faith. Step out there on nothing and knowing that, guess what? When I step out here, something's going to manifest. Something's going to come to pass. It takes a mindset of an entrepreneur is very strong and is very flexible. You have to be able to deal with the situation that may arise. You have to be able to deal with the things that will happen. When I first started my company, when I started it 9 years ago, I was scared to death because I was like, all I knew is that, guess what? I'm not meant to work for nobody. So while I was working for somebody, I built my company. But in the back of my mind, I knew I'm not meant to work for anybody. But I was willing, I was flexible enough to know that I have to build up enough income to be able to grow my company, grow my business while I was working for somebody else. So every dime that I made, I put it back in the company. And I put it back in the company because I knew that it was my biggest investment. Besides myself, it was my company. So I put it back in there. So I had to be flexible in my mind to really know and really believe that, guess what? Whatever I put my hands to, wherever my feet walk, it's going to be blessed. It's going to prosper. It has to. I didn't take no for an answer. And we've quit our dreams because somebody told us no. And I've always been told, and it's very funny, I've always been told, if somebody can talk you out of your dream, it wasn't really your dream anyway. I'm at a place now that nobody can tell me that this isn't what I was called to do. Nobody can tell me that wasn't why I was placed on this earth. Two most important days in your life, the day you were born and the day you find out why. So many of us, we don't even know why. So we're walking around aimlessly right now because we don't really know why we were put here. We don't know why we've been given this gift. Why we have this nagging feeling that I have to just do this. That's your inward man talking to you, trying to tell you. So another thing, the mindset of an entrepreneur, that you consider yourself an outsider. Did you hear that? You consider yourself an outsider, meaning you're in a place right now in your life that you feel like, man, nobody will understand this dream that I have. Nobody understands this passion that I have. And certain settings that you used to be able to run in, certain cliques, certain friends you used to be around, it doesn't suit you well because now you've outgrown your comfort zone. So now you've become an outsider. Things that used to be so cool to you, now it gets under your skin because you're like, man, I could be building something. I could be growing my business. I could be developing something. So those times that you had before, you now see that you're an outsider. And also an outsider, you see the world differently from the idea of what you've been called to do. So the way you look at the world is from an outsider's vantage place. You see it from an outside perspective. So because you see it from an outside perspective, you get to the point where you see exactly what needs to change. And you know you're the one that can do it. So you become an outsider. Another one I would definitely say is you recover quickly. You don't stay down long. Entrepreneurs that are serious about this thing, about building their brand, building their companies, they recover quickly. They don't stay down long. When situations arise, things happen. I got to a point where when things just didn't go right, I laughed. I didn't let it get me down. I just laughed because I was like, look, it's okay. You know, I got to a point where I was like, it's okay. I have enough faith and trust in my mind that I can think my way out of this. And if you don't have enough faith or trust in your own mind and your own way of thinking, what end up happening is that you will end up finding yourself in a situation where it won't be good. The reason why it won't be good is because now your mind will take over. Now your anxieties will take over. And whenever your anxieties begin to take over, what ends up happening is that you end up failing, quitting, because your mind wasn't strong enough to be able to deal with the pressures of life. So understand that in order to be truly an entrepreneur, you have to have the mindset that I will recover, and I'll recover quickly. Because no matter what happens to you, not one thing that has not been done to you is they didn't take your mind. They may seized it for a moment because trials seizes our minds. But that's why I let this mind that is in, you know how it goes. So let that mind, that same mind to be able to recover, be also in you. And that's going to be the difference maker. That's going to be the difference maker. Last thing I would definitely say is that entrepreneurs, they focus on what matters. They focus on matters. If it doesn't matter to you, then you shouldn't focus on it. Those things that entrepreneurs find that is needed in this world are the things they focus on. And they become with laser-like focus, they begin glued in on it, tunnel vision almost, on that situation to make it better, to make it do the things that you know that it's intended to do. So that's what makes the difference in this thing that we call the entrepreneur life. You see all these individuals running around here in these Maseratis and Ferraris, and they're building a lifestyle. They're showing you a lifestyle. But that's not really what it's like. They're not showing you the behind the scenes. They're not showing you the grind. Yeah, you see the outcome when they go and rent these Ferraris and BMWs and Maseratis. You see the outcome of it, but you're not seeing the late nights. You're not seeing the cult-like following because they have took time to put their brand out there to the way that you see it. You fall in love with it, but you get in it and you might be successful for a little while. But what ends up happening is because you didn't put that time in to grow it, it ends up falling by wayside. And what you end up doing is saying that it doesn't work. When all it takes is for you to be consistent and persistent. Hope you heard that. Success comes from persistency and consistency. People look for it. That's what allows them to be different. So that's the heart. That's the mind. The mindset of an entrepreneur is just that. Those things I talked about today. So if you're really serious about this thing, and I haven't got it because in the weeks to come, I'm going to talk about business credit, business funding, things like that individuals need to know about how to incorporate, what's the best way to incorporate. But today I really wanted, for this first broadcast, I wanted to talk about the heart of the mindset, and the heart and mindset of the entrepreneur. Because who knows, 20 years from now, I'll replay this and I'll be like, man, I'm living those things that I said. And who knows, Deidre Bostic with Pinnacle Power Sessions will be a household name. So I'm excited about it. I want you to be great. I want you to succeed. And I want you, more importantly, never to give up. This is Deidre Bostic sign off. Until next time, Jerry Maguire of Business. Take care.